Hi, this is the Match Now with Sean channel. Hey!
Hello.
And it's actually something that me and Joe actually agreed on. Was that
Wow.
there's rumours.
That's not often.
Hello.
This is Match Now with Sean. As you see, I've got two people deciding for a change.
Hey, Sean. Yeah, we should. Get him in here. Get him in. Come on. You got my man.
Yeah, it's a little bit of eye candy for you. Hello. Yeah. Hey lads, how's things? Welcome back to Match Now with Sean. Back after a bit of a long absence, but I'm back. And today I'm going to talk about the couple of changes that are going to probably more than likely happen in the summer. And the first one was going to be Meslier, who's clearly going to be gone at the end of his contract this season. He should have probably been gone last summer, but that was completely that was terrible by the recruitment team. Should have been done. There's rumours that he was on the way out and they pulled the plug on it. For what? I don't understand. Because he hasn't played any minutes, by a couple of reserve games, a couple of under 21s matches. That's not going to benefit his career. I thought even if they couldn't get him gone in the summer, why not January or something? Just get him on loan and send him out on loan or something. Because it has not helped his career one bit. The last this season anyway, because he played no football, and rightly so. We should have rightly so, but wrongly for him, if that makes sense. He probably should have been gone this summer because he wasn't good enough. Just wasn't good enough in any shape or form. Not any better than Perry, and that's really saying something. But I think Perry will come good. I think next season. I think it does take players time to settle in. But I think Perry will be a good number 2 next season. But we'll get into that more in another video. Back to Meslier. Like you have to also remember that he's got his 2 promotions. He's been the number 1 keeper for the 2 promotions. One on the Bielsa, one on the FAC, and he's actually been the number 1 keeper for both them seasons. And now towards the end of the promotion season with FAC, it was Darlow that ended up going a goal. It was a nice safe pair of hands. Producing this year as well. When we got Perry in and didn't seem to settle as quick. Had a few great moments, but had the odd bad moment as well. And made too many mistakes and ended up getting Perry back. Or Darlow back in goal. But I have to give it to Meslier. He's had 2 summers, two promotions with Fark and Bielsa, and has been the number 1 keeper there. So he's done well to an extent, but I just think the relegation season under Bielsa or under Jesse Marsh and all that stuff that went on, I think really affected his confidence, and he was like a completely different keeper. not as confident coming for crosses. His kicking deteriorated, wasn't as good. Um, it just wasn't the same. He just lost that bit of spark. He started out with himself, I think, which I think in return the defence of Stroke and Rodon and the odd time Ampadu um, then didn't trust Meslier in my eyes. They just didn't trust him then, which meant there was going to be mistakes because they weren't trusting him, so they decided to take it upon themselves and try to clear stuff or whatever. And um, then you should. There's times you need to trust the keeper to come out and catch the ball, because otherwise it can get very, very messy, very, very, very messy. But I do remember Meslier's first game. He was taking kicks like sorry. Oh, some at the rain, some at the rain out there, flipping out, getting distracted. Um, yes, I do remember Wednesday's first game against Arsenal, his debut, and he was brilliant. He was brilliant that night. Um, taking kicks, and his kicking was like prime Calvin Phillips. Prime Calvin Phillips. Now happened with Calvin Phillips then. But now it's a shame though the way basically his career's gone the last little while. He's still young enough that he can um, recover, and he's still young enough that he can have a good career. I think he might go. I think he might end up going back to France, um, or Italy. I think maybe somewhere in Italy may take him. Because I can't see his value being free. I can see an Italian club going in for him because the Italian clubs wouldn't have as much money, but still very good standard in my opinion. In some instances, I think it's a better standard than the Premier League. I just think it might suit him a bit more. Next player I'm going to talk about is the player that I said is going to be a top goal scorer this season. Going to score 15 goals, bang the goals in the previous 2 seasons. Mr. Joel Perreault. It's a sad one for me. This is a hard one for me because it's probably the right. He hasn't made that step up. There's been many players like that that have made the step up from the um, Premier League, from the Championship to the Premier League. Like your man Armstrong never made the step up. There's a couple of times where he went and done the Premier League and it just hasn't worked out for him. And it's probably a bit the same with Perot. Which is a shame because I really like him. Really, really, really like him. Many great memories, like his goal against Norwich in the playoff semis. His 4 goals on the day we went up. The day we got promotion, scoring 4 goals. It was brilliant. Thought this fella's gonna be brilliant when he makes a step up to the Premier. He's gonna be fucking brilliant. And the way it is, it's sad. I really like him. Really, really, really like him. But we can't be sentimental this season. We can't be sentimental this summer, especially with Fart comments saying that he wants us to be the best leagues we can be, and we've got the best fans in the world, and he wanted the team to match that, the players to match that. And I think he will be back in the summer. I think he'll be very much back. I think in the summer they have to because he's done the job, and he will. He needs to be back now. There'll be a lot of changes, I think, in the summer. Bugging into a little bit on who want to buy and who want to sell and keep. In another video over the summer. Um, but the next one I want to talk about is Sam Byram. Who's out, another one out of contract in the summer. Um, fulfilled his childhood ambition of playing for Leeds in the Premier League. He done that. He got us promoted. He was in the team that got us promoted last season. Came back to Leeds with a lot of injury problems, and the medical team have done a fantastic job, with Byram and DCL as well. I had a lot of reservations about DCL coming this season. I had no problem with his goals and his performance. Played for England, can't knock it. My problem with him was his injuries. And by God, you've got the most out of him. In a weird way, selfish way, I don't want him to get called up for England during the summer because I can't see him getting many minutes anyway going to the World Cup because I think Harry Kane will be ahead of him. And maybe Watkins might be ahead of him as well. So it means you won't get money anyway. So I'd rather him not get called up and stay at home, rest up. Because he needs a bit of a break because he's been a great stint there for DCL, and I'd rest him so that he will be ready, ready to go for next season. Which I don't think he's going to play, but I don't think he's going to play as many minutes next season. DCL, I'll be looking to get a striker in, a top level, like that next level Premier League striker. Because he's done great in a way, but he's missed a lot of chances as well. But he took his chance very well yesterday. Back to Sam Byram and he's done fantastic. With his minutes, and he's played. I double checked it. He's played 79 games in 3 seasons. That's probably more than he's played since he's left Leeds. There was a stat in his first season. It was his first time that he played that amount, like 36 games or something in his first season back at Leeds, and it was the first time he achieved that since the last time he was here. Since the last time he was at Leeds, so great medical team, and they kept a lot of players fit. Like Stroke had a bit of an injury problem, but not many this season. And when we did have our injuries, they got back pretty quick. Like Rodon got back when he got injured. He got back really quick. Can't remember what it was that he had wrong with him, but it was one of these injuries that you'd be out for a month and a half, or whatever. And he's gotten back really quick. They've got them back really, really quick, and they're fit and firing. Same with Ampadu. He hasn't. I would have been of the thoughts that when Ampadu does break down, he really breaks down. He gets a big injury, but he hasn't had that this season, which is fantastic. Which makes me think players coming in will be thinking, Jesus, They know how to manage their players and they keep me fit. And they'll. If you ever had it, if there's a player that does have injury problems, I'd have no problem with them coming to another medical team of top notch, and that will keep them fit. And if they do get fit, they'll get them back pretty damn quick. Um, and lastly, not a change, but when a special mention for Mr. Daniel Fark. I've been one of his biggest doubters. He's proved a lot of doubters wrong, and I was one of them. I just thought he would make that step up after 12 games, was it? This season. I said to myself, look who's right. Look who's right. I knew it would happen. Um, and then came that Man City game, the sliding doors moment. I was at the imagine that being Leeds Christmas night out, and it was unreal, unreal. Like we missed the start of the match. I was getting me bags up in my room or whatever. I put my bags up and check out to my room for the night, and I was going back out to meet the lads then after. So I kind of missed because we couldn't get. We were trying to find somewhere to get the match, and we found somewhere anyway that was showing the match, and we were 2-0 down. We were 2-0 down by the time we got back up to the lads, and that was at half time. I got the second half, and it was just electric. Whatever happened in that changing room, brilliant, absolutely fantastic. It was funny. It's like nearly up to Tottenham at Palace. A couple of the year we went down, we would get into that changing room, and the whole thing collapsed. Now, Stuart Dallas said that nothing happened. Something did happen that day. Something did happen that day at Palace. I'm convinced. Arguments in the changing room, whatever. There's something happened there. But anyway, Fark has really proved you have been wrong since the second half of that season. And I was at that Leeds Liverpool game where they drew 3-3. Probably the best feeling I've had walking out of that stadium for many years. I was absolutely bouncing back to Leeds City Centre. Absolutely bouncing back. Best feeling I've had leaving down the road. Which goes this down with when I was at Leeds and Sunderland this season. At Ellen Road, and it was terrible. Terrible. Referee was terrible. Leeds weren't at their best. We didn't really go for it that night. We probably should have. There was a chance to get above Sunderland that night. Really pushed us on. We had a bit of a wobble for a couple of games, and then we switched it back around, and he's done very well. And he still has his faults, Fark, but we all do. We all do. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. Only me. And lastly, I want to mention that I have an idea down the line for during the summer for the off season. Just gonna try to get it out. Try to get them all out before the World Cup starts. I'm looking to do it will go years watch along. We're gonna do from the 1990-91 season. So the year we first got back into the top flight. To the right up to when he was sadly sacked. Against after being beaten by Scum 4-1. That was a 4-0, I can't remember. Something like that anyway. I think it was 4-0 or 4-1. Got beaten by Scum, and that was the end of it. But yeah, I'm looking to do that. It's gonna be like a pre-record, so I'm not gonna do it live. Um, but it will be a pre-record, and I will be putting the link into the video, so you can link to the so you can watch it while watching me talk about it, or whatever you want to do with it. And I've got all the thumbnails done for it and whatever. Um, it's an idea I'm passionate about because I'm very passionate about that Wilco era. It was what got me into Leeds. The Wilco years is what got me into Leeds. It was the end of it that I really got into it. But I used to watch a lot of it, and like I've said, I used to watch a lot I used to my brother used to have all the videos from the season reviews, and that's what I'll be doing. I'll be watching the season reviews that I can get on YouTube, and I'll be talking about the matches and whatever as they happen, as it happens. I think they're like 90-minute videos or whatever. So it's gonna be a long one. Gonna be a long one, but it'll be fun. So keep your eyes out for that. And yeah, just like and subscribe. Now been quite quiet lately, but it is what it is. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing a few videos. I've got a few things lined up that I want to do, and I feel passionate about doing rather than some of the stuff that I was not getting so passionate about, and I was like, but I've got a few things that I'm looking forward to doing. And it's first year doing it live, doing the doing the YouTube thing. I was trying to balance all that with work and with private life. And it is difficult trying to juggle all that. Um, I do have a job, so I'm not doing it full time. I'm only doing it really more of a passion project, something that I love doing. I love chatting about Leeds. Um, so this is more of a passion project for me rather than relying on it full time. Um, but yeah, I want to do things that I'm passionate about. You know what I mean? When I'm doing it, and I'm very passionate about the Wilco years stuff and if other stuff coming up in the next little while. Um, I'm gonna try to give another crack at doing the going through the whole season again next season. I'm gonna give another crack at it again. Um, yeah. So please like and subscribe and keep matching our show.